Hey, what's going on, guys? Let's do a review on the S&P 500 and see, how to actually trade this to try to get maximize the gains out of it. So if you look on the S&P 500, we're looking on this on the weekly chart. Uh, generally, if you try to trade SPY, it's actually an easier way to trade SPX, which is actually easier way to trade, moves a lot more in terms of the option activities. So if you look at the SPX, right? Generally, the red is the long-term moving averages, the green is the short-term moving averages. So on the long-term moving averages, you see this short-term moving average trying to roll over here, but actually these are long-term moving averages holding up pretty steady over here, right? There's nothing going on. So overall, the direction that I want to trade in this name would be on the long side, right? Now, in the recent, at the beginning of the year, we did see some market volatility. This is pretty normal to see, right? After a steady up move, you will generally see a bit of market volatility, and after we move from what 2,100 to 2,900, so almost 800 points, some volatility is kind of required to shake out the weekends. But big scheme of things, if we take a look on this name, uh, there was this level which was giving some issues, right? Every now and then it popped up, came down, popped up, came down. So this is a region where they were having a lot of issues previously in terms of getting up, but now we have firmly closed above it. So as long as we are above these moving averages and it's above this region, you want to trade long. Now, if you want to take a look on the shorter time frame to see, hey, you know what, is there an opportunity for me to actually make money on this one? So let's do this customer list 20-day 30 minutes, right? So now we're looking at a 30-minute chart. Now if you want to go week by week, generally I would recommend taking a look at 30-minute chart. Would be a pretty good chart to look at. Now why is 30 minutes? Because if you start looking at this from 9:31, so between 9:30 and 4, right? So between 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18, sorry. So this is what was Wednesday. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. So about 13 candles, right? 3 6 9 12 and 13 candles, right? So 3:30 to 4. So you're looking at 13 candles, right? So if you want to take a look at, hey, you know what, where this particular trade or particular SPY can lead to, we have determined on the weekly chart that we are in the uptrend. Right now, what we really want to see is if it's on the uptrend and is holding above these levels. So this levels. So it's holding above all these levels over here, right? This is where he was having issues. Now, how do we really want to trade this name, right? Going into next week, a couple of things that can potentially happen. 20-day 30-minute chart. Okay, so first thing first, this is now we're looking at a 30-minute chart, so it is a shorter time frame chart. So you want to take a look at, where are the potential regions where this can actually drop to and possibly can reverse to, right? So if I just look on this chart, this is 2800 is a region of interest, right? I can see this name actually dropping to 2800, trying to flush everybody out, similar like this, drops below 2800, and then it has this move up. So because you're already in an uptrend, that is something I would be looking for it to actually drop down 2800 to maybe even 2790, right? This is a region, the space where it has actually been potentially might actually act as a support, right? So you want this to come to this region, and sure, if it comes to this region, you want to buy, you want to find buying opportunities and try to go, for example, in this one, to do this thing. So let's do customize list, add a time frame, intraday. You want to take a look at the hourly chart, right? So last 20 days, add, apply, okay. So let's look at the last 20-day 1 hour. After you, so let's start from here to here, right? So if you take a look on this name, we can determine that, hey, you know what? This is a region of interest where it initially came back as resistance. Now it came back. Now it broke through it. Now we have a nice up move over here, right? So removing all this. So after it had this up move, we want to find, hey, it is a pullback, and now you have another move up over here. Move all of this fun stuff. So every time it tries to go down, I mean, there is buyers which is buying this name, right? So once again, region that I really want to be looking at is somewhere around 2800 and 2790 region, where potentially for it to come back down. And then if you really are looking for buy opportunities, then that's the region you want to be looking at for it to come down and then trade it on the way up. If you have any questions, let me know. Do like and subscribe. Have a good one.